Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Today, a little experiment with the resin and Jesmonite. I'm going to use one of those mica powders from Mrs Colorberry. Very bright colors, very shiny. They are absolutely gorgeous. I will use the color Plum. You can see here is the pot. As always, I'll list the products used in the description box below the video. I will also be using the resin from Mrs Colorberry here on the screen. I prepared my ingredients for the Jesmonite as well as my resin mixture to save time. I applied some pieces of gold leaf in my mold, as you can see. I have quite a few bubbles in my resin as my room was a bit cold. So I will run my flame over the top to remove some of them. Not easy with the gloves to remove the protection of the mica pot with a stick. It's easier to open. This color is so beautiful. I love all this set. A little bit in my resin and I mix carefully. I'll add a little more. I put the pigment powder little by little to get what I want. That is not too opaque. And really, the color is so beautiful. I don't know if you can see, but gorgeous. I leave it aside for while I prepare my Jesmonite. Not being able to get the color I wanted with the special pigments I had, so I decided to try acrylic paint. I could have just as easily used the same mica powder that I used for the resin, but this allowed me to try acrylic paint too. I put a tiny bit directly into the liquid before adding the powder. You really have to mix carefully because it doesn't dissolve easily. When I have the color I want, I add my powder in several times to avoid lumps. I add a little paint because I want to be a little darker. And with the stick I used to pick up the paint, I drew some marbling in my mixture. And I pour into my mold. I only want to fill about half of my mold, so I go in carefully. A little shaking for the bubbles, but not too much because I don't want the Jesmonite to spread everywhere. And I pour my resin. Now I have a big doubt. Should I have let the Jesmonite dry a bit and then add my resin? Will the Jesmonite and the resin dry? Jesmonite is not really a resin, maybe acrylic resin with the liquid, but in short, I wonder if I made a mistake. Well, we'll see. Now it's done. So I continue to apply the resin to fill the mold, and I keep my fingers crossed that the Jesmonite stay in its place. Since I have some left over, I'm going to fill this little pocket mold. I'll start with the Jesmonite because since the working time is so short, I'm worried that it will harden too much in the pot. It's already quite thick, but as long as it slides in the mold, it's all right. And then it's the raising turn. I'll press on the little balls at the base of the mold to get rid of the air bubbles that I can see very clearly. And I keep pouring the resin until my mold is filled. I have no idea what it's going to look like when it comes out of the mold, and if it dries properly. A little alcohol spray for the air bubbles in the resin, and then with a small wooden pick without touching the mold to avoid to ruin the mold, and my silicone brush, it's safer. I track the last bubbles to the edges of the mold. Well, this is what it looks like up close. I love the color of this pigment in the resin, and I can see my golden leaf, so it's transparent enough. Demolding day. Oh, I also put the rest of the resin in the earth mold, which I won't touch because I will add an extra layer when I do a next resin job. I will start with a small pot. I hope everything goes well. I really have no idea how it will turn out. I am reassured though because everything is hard. So Jesmonite and Resin seem to have dried well. Not easy to unmold this one. Yes, I finally did it. Whoa, I still have some bubbles on the balls, but it's not a big problem. The main thing is that everything is dry. Now, the little tray. Everything comes out easily and without any problem. I wouldn't have bet on putting the two materials together. I will add a thin layer of resin to fix the gold leaves. The junction was done without any problem. I'm very happy with that, and the transparency is super nice. And it's really hard. I will see in time if I have any problems having used these two materials without letting them dry separately, like moisture or something. So I'm not crazy about the little pot, but hey, it's a funny result. I'll give you a close up. The little close-up. The effect is very nice between the transparency of the resin and the matte of the Jesmonite. I find the result really nice. The little pot and its big defects, but no matter. I'll put some pictures after. Thanks for watching and see you soon for other experiments.